Robert, it's always great to see you. So tell us, what are the most prevalent scams this holiday season, and what can people do to not fall victim?
Well, the biggest scam we've got going right now that we see the most victims is the Latin Lotto scam. That particular scam is usually orchestrated in a parking lot, a shopping center out near the front where it's a little crowded, and also in long lines, which is what we're going to see right now, right before Christmas and after Christmas. They target the elderly, in particular, Spanish. Every once in a while, we have the scam run in English, but most of the time it's in Spanish, and there's at least three or four subjects that are involved. So the one subject will befriend the elderly person and start talking about how they won. They got a lottery ticket that's the winning number, and that they cannot cash it because they're illegal in the country. First of all, that's not true. You don't have to be legal in the country to cash a lotto ticket, so that's your first red flag. The second one is they sort of pressure you into being rushed. All right, so these scams are run every day somewhere in the United States. We have an intelligence network that we pretty much try to link these up, and we have been very successful because of the elderly people being able to ID the subjects. It's mandatory in these cases that they
So
be able to ID.
what's the end result of that scam? So they approach the elderly person, say, we can't cash this lottery ticket because we're illegal. Then what are they asking them to do?
Well, sometimes elderly people will be on their game enough to, or have heard about this, and they'll call the number on the ticket, or they'll call a number. You know, if they don't have their cell phone with them, these people will provide a cell phone, and it will be answered the Florida Lottery. Okay, and when they do that, they feel like they now have verification that this story is true.
So how are they defrauded ultimately?
They're defrauded by they have to get money or jewelry out of the elderly. So basically, they either go back to their house, make them feel very, very comfortable.
So they're saying to the elderly person, I want you to cash this lottery ticket for me, but I need some insurance. You have to let me hold something of value while I have you go and take this ticket and cash it in.
That's correct, John. It's exactly how it is.
Okay.
And one of two ways. They go back to the house and they get cash, or they get jewelry. But the most common way, which is where we're trying to catch them, is at a bank.
Okay, so they basically make the elderly person go to the teller or the ATM and give them actual cash as the quote-unquote insurance policy to then hold and cash that valuable but really worthless ticket.
Correct. What we need to project to the elderly people is at that time they have another backup safeguard. They can actually tell all of our banks in this country and around this area are given training on red flags when elderly people come in and make a withdrawal that's unusual for them. And at that time, the elderly person may or may not be asked a question by the teller, but the elderly person can volunteer and say, listen, I'm not real sure about this. Can you have your supervisor come out and talk to us? Most of the time, the subject will go in the bank with the elderly person. Either way, the elderly person can seek that time, that moment, to get some help from somebody else at the bank.
All right, that is actually great advice. So if you or your family is a member, is a victim or potential victim of one of these scams, seek help from your bank. Robert, thanks very, very much. Great advice this holiday season. Great to see you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more breaking news coverage, exclusive interviews, and great videos, click over here to our YouTube channel and subscribe. And don't forget to download the free Newsmax TV app. Newsmax TV, it's real news for real people.